So when it comes to interracial dating, I've definitely ran this topic in the ground and dug a big hole. So let's talk about Laverne Cox and the black gays who have proclivities for the pink hole. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So you guys, I've been struggling with a sore throat, but I had to go ahead and exercise the throat chakra and give you guys some good content. But today I want to talk about Miss Laverne Cox. If you guys don't know who Laverne Cox is a transgender actress. I first was known to her when she was on that Diddy reality show when they were competing to be, I think, the new Farnsworth Bentley, like his new right-hand man or woman.
So you have a relationship with Diddy?
Let's be clear. I don't have a relationship with Diddy.
Well, not like that.
It
is the Jason Lee show, so let's be very clear.
We'll make up all kinds of stuff. No, I did a reality show in 2008 called I Want to Work for Diddy.
I didn't know that.
That was on VH1. You didn't know?
I didn't know.
See, I'm full of surprises.
Did you really want to work with Diddy, or that was just like...
I didn't want to be Diddy's assistant, but I was like, it's about building relationships with casting directors. So I went to the interview and they loved me. And I think part of the reason they loved me is because I really didn't want to work for Diddy.
I remember after that show, she kind of disappeared for some years, and then she resurfaced on Orange is the New Black, which I absolutely loved. Still haven't finished that show to this day, but I used to love that show. But Miss Laverne Cox is a transgender icon. She is one of the few A-list transgender girls, one of the few A-list black transgender girls, and I've always admired and respected her. The public also admires her and is inspired by her. I mean, hell, she even has the very first transgender Barbie doll ever made, so she definitely deserves all of her accolades. But however, y'all, for the first time in her career, she's coming under fire due to her being a MAGA mistress.
When we met 5 years ago at the height of the pandemic, he was 26, I was 48. He is blonde-haired, blue-eyed, MAGA Republican voter who is a New York City police officer. We were madly in love. I did not develop any of these politics. I still have my own. Yeah, my ex-boyfriend was 22 years younger than me, hot MAGA Republican New York City police officer.
She revealed herself to be dating a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, MAGA Republican white man who is 22 years younger than her. My thing with her is, you could tell in her voice, she just like was fawning over the fact that it was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed man, and then she had to sprinkle in MAGA and Republican. Now, in my opinion, she did this for publicity. She's having a one-woman show come out, and it's just like, what better way to get the buzz around her by stirring up a little bit of controversy, you know, saying that you're dating somebody that literally would have sold you back in the 1900s. Y'all, I'm not surprised by this. I'm not surprised by any of this because Laverne Cox, all of her partners have been white. All of her boyfriends have been white. And then on top of that, y'all, this may sound ignorant, but like the way Laverne Cox talks, like you can tell. It's like that black gay voice where you can tell that they date only white people. Now, this is completely ignorant, but like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Then on top of that, y'all, on the Republican side of things, the Republicans be serving up all the dick. Coupled with the fact that Republican men are DL and trans attracted. I'll never forget, it was a few years ago, there was an article that came out that male escorts made bank during the Republican National Convention. Like, that was literally a gold mine for male escorts. Like, the Republican National Convention is literally their version of Latino Oasis. And then on top of that, white men, especially like very like white staunch conservative men, are into some very like some freaky-ish. Like, on top of that, you guys, when it comes to trans women, now y'all may think they're shunned by society, but the trans women be getting they be getting all the dick. Off topic, you guys, I know some transgender women and they be getting all the dick. They be getting state governor dick. They be getting White House security dick. They be getting football player celebrity dick. They be getting BBC bull type of dick. Additionally, off topic, because this is kitchen table talk at this point, I used to work with 2 transgender women back in my Saks Fifth Avenue days named Star and Shawn. Now, Star had all the stars. I would talk to Star, and Star would just randomly like whip out her phone and just show me like every single piece of dick that she was able to pull. And I looked at that, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a little jealous because I was just like, oh, why is nobody trying to plow me, huh? Like, what's wrong with me? And then Shawn had a ass as big as this damn couch. And when I tell you Shawn would pull all the men, some of them would walk off though when Shawn would talk because Shawn had a deep voice like this. So it's like you literally would see this BBL body and the men would try to holler and they'd be like, oh, yo, what's good, little mama? And then Shawn would be like, oh, what's good? But it's crazy how trans women be having like a whole entire buffet and I can't even find one person that wants to tame the bush. But back on topic, back to Laverne Cox, y'all, this isn't any different than when a black person or a black gay person becomes a celebrity, then they end up having a white partner. And it's sad because once they really get on, their spaces tend to get wider and wider. But a lot of them, in my opinion, choose this because that's what they truly want. Y'all, when I did research for this video, I literally asked ChatGPT to list out some black gay celebrity couples. And they started listing out RuPaul, Michael Sam, Billy Porter, all who have a white partner. And I was like, wait a minute. Where are the black gay celebrities that have a black partner? And ChatGPT literally started listing out very miscellaneous, very obscure, like, influencers and people from the past that honestly nobody's really talking about. And it's crazy how far advanced we are in technology because ChatGPT literally has a personality. But I told ChatGPT, like, nobody knows these people. And then ChatGPT was like, yeah, you're right, there aren't really any mainstream black gay celebrity couples with 2 black partners. I mean, hell, even the football player by the name of Ryan Russell, who recently came out as bisexual, the first person he stepped out with was a miscellaneous white bottom. Full disclaimer. Like, a lot of y'all get mad at me or talk about interracial dating. I'm cool with interracial dating. I just don't like the fact that black people will put a whole different race on a pedestal above their own. And the surface level reasons of why black people tend to only want to date white people is that cliche tale of black gay men and black gay women and all that being shunned by society, shunned by the black community growing up, so they go over to the white society, the white community, where they're more embraced and more open and a little bit more free. Coupled with the fact that self-hate is real in the black community. Like, self-hate, especially from black gay men, is at an all-time high, and for some reason it continues to go unaddressed. You even see it in the gay dating apps as well, where there was an article where they talked about how black gay men and black gay women were ranked as like least desirable and less attractive on dating apps, and they weren't really pushed throughout the dating app algorithm, especially on Grindr. But the deeper issues as to why black LGBT people prefer to date white, I mean, for one, fetishization. A lot of y'all are fine with being fetishized. Like, Laverne Cox is definitely a fetish to a Republican MAGA white man because that's something seen as forbidden fruit. It's like, from a white man's point of view, that is a thrill to be with not only a black person, but a trans person as well. Like, that is like the ultimate fetish for them. And then there's access. For some reason in the celebrity world and Hollywood, interracial gay couples are like pushed through the masses for some reason. Like, they get the most coverage versus if like 2 celebrities were both black, they get no coverage. I mean, the only thing that comes to mind versus like 2 black gay men that are celebrities are August Alsina and literally that man that looks like him. But outside of like the gay Instagram pages, nobody really covers them. Like, nobody even really talks about them. Coupled with the fact that me personally, I don't really believe it's a real relationship. And then back to fetishization, for some reason, like, a lot of these black gay men date these white gay men because they make them feel like they're just God's gift to this earth. Like, they're just so excited to be around them because it's something different. And it's just like, oh my gosh, Jerome, that was just so amazing. But my thing is this. Interracial dating, especially if you're a black gay celebrity, cool. That's what you're doing. That's what tickles your tool. But I will say, would that white partner be with that black gay celebrity if they weren't rich or successful? Now, for example, now this is just my observation, Billy Porter. Billy Porter at one point was on a high, just on a high. And then around like 2021, 2022, he just went all the way down, and he even came out and said that he was going broke. And he was going broke due to the actor strike and the writer strike. And then around that time when he was going broke, his white husband left him. Now, it's not confirmed that the white partner left him due to his finances, but the timing of him leaving was just very interesting. And then we have Michael Sam, who was one of the first openly gay black football players who was about to get inducted to the league. And he came out with his white boyfriend and then that white boyfriend's family. I was still looking at that whole entire situation. I'm just like, you didn't have one other black person around you. But after Michael Sam was drafted, he didn't really like play like any NFL like season games, and he was quickly released after just being on the practice squad. I believe around that time, that's when him and his boyfriend broke up. Now, it was probably due to mainly just like relationship issues, because they did call it their engagement. But again, now I may be wrong, but timing is everything. Now, y'all may think I just harp on interracial dating and look down on it, but I've actually participated in it myself. Very, very briefly, though. I've actually went on dates with two older white men. One was like the CEO of a construction company who was like in his 50s, and then the other one was like around like almost in his 50s or something like that. It was like older white gay men. I don't know why I attract shady pines. But the CEO I went on a date with, that was our very first date. And at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, it felt a little awkward. But then we started to like really like talk and get to know each other, and it was cool. Up until he started talking about like his exes. He brought the topic up. Like, I've told him basically like, oh, I've only been in one relationship. And he told me he's been in about at least 3 or 4. And he had just recently broken up with his ex-boyfriend, who was way younger than him and actually younger than me. And he was a white boy with blonde hair and blue eyes. And I could tell that he was just kind of just still sad about it. And I'm just like, well, why are you sitting here in front of me then? He started telling me just like, oh, like, I like your personality and you're so attractive and all that. And I was thankful. Like, I was like, okay, cool, butter me up. But y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I just felt like bedwench bussy. And that's definitely not something that I wanted to be. So he ended up ghosting me anyways. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Even though we were on a date for like 5 to 6 hours, they all just end up ghosting. And then the other white man I went on a date with, he was really cool. He was really nice, but he was just like I said, just overly excited. Just like, oh my gosh, Beasley, like that's just so amazing. Like you're just so cool. Like, oh my God. Like it was just like, overkill. But after dating those two white men, I really was like thinking to myself, like, how do some of these black gays, how do y'all do it? Like, how are y'all so comfortable dating somebody that is just so different, completely different from your own? Like, now I could date a white person, but they gotta be like a Paul Wall or like a Travis Kelce before Taylor Swift. Like, that's the type of white person I could get with. But other than that, like, how are some of y'all black gays so comfortable just being with somebody that is stark different from your own? And the crazy thing is, when you talk to a black gay person that exclusively dates white, they jump through hurdles to defend themselves as to why they only date outside their race. Like, oh, I don't hate myself. Like, I just like what I like. You know, it's just my preference. And I'm just like, okay, girl. But overall, you guys, you like who you like, cool. But stop putting another race above your own. Like, I don't understand how it's so hard for people to find something within their own. Like, Laverne Cox even came on Instagram and said that, like, well, finding a black gay person, finding a black man, it's hard. I'm like, girl, no it isn't. Laverne Cox has access to all the dick, all the different types of men. But I will say, when it comes to black men, especially like the ones you want, the ones that are most likely discreet or on the DL, they don't want a full-blown relationship. And if they do want a relationship with you, it's still going to be under wraps. Like, nobody's going to know about it. So I understand that. I understand the fact that a lot of white gay men and white trans women and white LGBT people are more like out front with it than a lot of black men and black gay people are. But at the end of the day, when you have a track record of only dating white men, The proof is in the pudding. But yeah, y'all, let me know what you guys think about this video and Laverne Cox only choosing white cocks. But those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come back to you guys with some more content.